let's differentiate the function x to the 11 plus 4 and all of that to the power of 3. So this is a composite function. Let's identify the inner function. It's this polynomial function here that can be differentiated by just direct differentiation. And the outer function is the power function, the cube function that is sitting out there. So to differentiate this, we need to differentiate the outer function and multiply that by the derivative of the inner function. Or vice versa, we can differentiate the inner function first and multiply it by the derivative of the outer function. So let's get started. Derivative of the outer function. That is just like a power, something to the power of 3. So what happens is the 3 comes to the front, and that something stays there. But what we need to do is then drop 1 from that exponent. So we have, instead of cube, now we have to the power of 2, square. And the element inside, we just copy. So let's just recap. The 3, just looking at that as if we had something to the power of 3. So the 3 comes to the front, and we take 1 unit off the exponent. The base of that power, this complex power here, stays exactly the same. Now the outer function has been differentiated. We multiply by the derivative of the inner function. The inner function is just a polynomial function, which is really simple to differentiate. The power to the power of 11 comes to the front and multiplies the x. Again, take 1 unit off that exponent to the power of 10. Derivative of 4 is a constant, and the derivative of a constant is always 0. We don't need to write that there, but it's good to visualize it. So now let's simplify this expression. So dy dx, because this is all, oops, and there was something important that we didn't do here. This is the derivative in brackets of the inner function. Because that's a 0, we can drop it. So we only have 11x to the 10 multiplied by 3 times the big bracket to the power of 2. So if I drop those purple brackets, we actually have that multiplied by 11x to the 10. This can be simplified a little bit because it's all multiplication all the way through. So 3 11s will be 33. Bring the x to the 10 to the front just because it is simpler than that very complex power of 2. So this is the derivative of the original function.